Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Shinvata Sukatha Krishna Punya Shavana Kirtana Hridayanta Isthoi Abhadrani Vidhunoti Suhissatam नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 30 and Text 5 and 6. Text 5. Suparna iskandham arudho meru shingam ibam buddha Pitvasa mani griva kurvan vitamira disa. Synonym: Suparna of Garuda, the carrier of the Lord Vishnu; Skandham, the shoulder; Arudha, sitting on; Meru, of the mountain named Meru; Shangam, on the summit; Iva, like; Ambudha, a cloud; Pitvasa, wearing yellow garments; Mani Griva, his necks decorated with Kastuva jewel; Kurvan, making; Vitimira, free from darkness; Disha, all directions. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The personality of Godhead appearing on the shoulder of Garuda seemed like a cloud resting on the summit of the mountain known as Meru. The transcendental body of the personality of Godhead was covered by attractive yellow garments, and his neck was decorated with the jewel known as Kaustuba Mani. The body effulgence of the Lord dissipated all the darkness of the universe. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 22.31, Krishna Surya Sama Maya hai Andhakara, Yahan Krishna Taha nahi Mayara Adhikara. The Lord is just like the effulgent sun. Consequently, whenever the Supreme Personality of Godhead is present, there cannot be darkness or ignorance. Actually, this dark universe is illuminated by the sun, but the sun and moon simply reflect the bodily effulgence of the Supreme Lord. In Bhagavad Gita 7.8, the Lord says, Prabhasmi Sachi Suryaho, I am the illuminating energy of both the sun and the moon. The conclusion is that the origin of all life is the body effulgence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is also confirmed in Brahma Samhita. Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagat Andhakoti. Being illuminated by the bodily effulgence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, everything is freed from all darkness. Text 6. Kashishna Kanak Varna Vibhu Sanena Bhrajat Kapola Vadano Vilasat Kirtiha Kiritiha Ashtayudher Anucharer Muni Bhi Surendrare Asevito Garuda Kinnar Geeta Kirtahi. Synonyms: Kaisasana, shining; Kanak, gold; Varna, colored; Vibhushanena, with ornaments; Bhrajat, shining; Kapola, forehead; Vadana, his face; Vilasat, dazzling; Kiritaha, his helmet; Ashta, 8; Ayudhai, with weapons; Anucharer, by followers; Munibhi, by great sages; Sur Indrahe, by demigods; Asevita, served; Garuda, by Garuda; Kinnar, inhabitants of the Kinnar planet; Gita, sung; Kirtihi, his glories. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The translation: the Lord's face was very beautiful, and his head was decorated with a shining helmet and golden ornaments. The helmet was dazzling and was very beautiful, situated on his head. The Lord had 8 arms, which each held a particular weapon. The Lord was surrounded by demigods, great sages, and other associates. These were all engaged in his service. Garuda, the carrier of the Lord, glorified the Lord with Vedic hymns by flapping his wings. Garuda appeared to be an inhabitant of the planet known as Kinnar Loka. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Generally, the Vishnu form is manifested with four hands, holding four objects, a conch shell, disc, club and lotus flower. However, here Lord Vishnu is described as possessing 8 arms with 8 kinds of weapons. According to Virargraha Acharya, the conch shell and lotus flower are also accepted as weapons. Since the Lord is the supreme controller, whatever is in his hand can be considered a weapon. 4 hands hold 4 kinds of weapons, and the extra 4 hands hold an arrow, bow, trident, and snake. Sri Virargraha Acharya describes the 8 weapons as Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, Shranga, Sara, etc. A king is always accompanied by his ministers, secretaries, and commanders, and Lord Vishnu is also accompanied by his followers, the demigods, great sages, saintly persons, and so on. He is never alone. Consequently, there is no question of the Lord's being impersonal. He is always himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his associates are also persons. From the description given in this verse, Garuda appears to belong to the Kinnar planet. The inhabitants of the Kinnar planet have the same features as Garuda. Their body features are like those of a human being, but they have wings. The word Geet Kirtiha indicates that the inhabitants of Kinnar Loka are very expert in singing the glories of the Lord. In Brahma Samhita, it is said, Jagat anda koti kotis asesha vasu dhadi vibhuti bhinnam. In each and every universe, there are different types of planets, and each planet has distinctive features. On the strength of this verse, we can understand that in Kinnar Loka, the inhabitants can fly with their wings. There is also a planet known as Siddhaloka, where the inhabitants can fly even without wings. Thus, each and every planet has some distinctive facility. That is the beauty of the varied creation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Itinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktvinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I seek blessing from all the assembled Vaishnavas, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to purify myself by reading these Bhagavad text. And please forgive me for any shortcomings in my summary regarding these texts. So in previous texts, we have seen that Prachetas were involved in severe austerities for 10,000 years inside the river when Lord Shiva appeared before them and gave them his own song to worship and glorify Lord Vishnu. Prachetas followed Lord Shiva's instructions to recite the devotional songs given by Lord Shiva. As a result of this glorification of Lord Vishnu, through Lord Shiva's devotional song, Lord Vishnu appeared before Prachetas in his beautiful personal form with his associates. So here we see that clearly that Lord Vishnu appeared in his personal form with all his associates. Uh, However, you know, the Mayavadis believe that Lord has no form, and Mayavadis also believe that the soul merges back into the impersonal Brahman and losing its distinct identity. And these are some of the views of Mayavadis, and this view of losing personal identity, as believed by Mayavadis, is strictly contradicted by Lord Krishna himself uh, in Bhagavad Gita 2:12, where Krishna says, uh, "Natva eham, natva evaham jatu nasam, na tvam neme janadhipa, na cheva na bhavishyama, sarve vayam atah param." And the translation of this verse is, "Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings. Not in the future shall any of us cease to be." So this is uh, the verse which really strongly recommends, the personal form of living beings and Lord Himself. Uh, so Lord Krishna's uh, presence is said to dissipate Maya or ignorance by providing knowledge and enlightenment. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna states that the knowledge of the absolute Krishna is light and ignorance is darkness or Maya. This means that when one is in the light of Krishna consciousness, the darkness of illusion and the influence of external energy will vanish. Uh, by surrendering to God or Krishna and accepting the divine guidance, one can overcome the illusions of Maya and attain true knowledge and enlightenment. As mentioned in the purport of text 5, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, God or Krishna is compared to sunlight, and Maya or ignorance is compared to darkness. Wherever there is sunlight, there cannot be darkness. As soon as one takes the path of Krishna consciousness, the darkness of illusion, the influence of external energy will immediately vanish. Also in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that this energy of mind, Maya, is very difficult to overcome. But those who surrender unto me can easily overcome it. In other words, Maya is controlled by Krishna, and when a soul obeys the laws of God or Krishna, Krishna tells his energy not to influence his devotee. So the devotee enjoys full and total freedom. In the process of surrendering to Krishna, one must accept everything that is favorable to the discharge of devotional service, reject everything that is unfavorable to devotional service, firmly believe that everything depends exclusively on the mercy of the Lord, and have no interest apart from the Lord's interest, and to be always meek and humble. In this environment where we live is called Maya or illusion. Illusion means what is not. The illusion is that we try to be the lords of material nature. when the reality is that we are subject to the shackles of strict laws of material nature. We try to exploit the resources of material nature, but the reality is that we get entangled more and more in its complexities. This illusory struggle against material nature can be stopped immediately if we revive our Krishna consciousness. We are spiritual living beings to begin with, and hence we can never be happy under the clutches of material nature. Just like a fish, which cannot be happy if placed out of water. In the same way, we can attain happiness only if we are transferred to spiritual world and be in association with Krishna. That can only happen through devotional service to Krishna. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 10:10, Tesam satat yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam ye namam upayantite. And the translation is, to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Also in Bhagavad Gita 9:34, Krishna says, Man manabhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evashyasi yuktvet atmanam mat parayana. The translation is, engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee, offer obeisances to me, and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. I'll close here. Thank you very much, devotees.